This is chemical bonding lecture 12 ना. किसी को कोई डाउट है? एनी डाउट स्टिल हियर? ठीक है. Let us continue further. We were talking about resonance, so let us continue with that concept. Resonance continued. We'll study some more examples of molecules that show resonance. एक benzene किया हमने. Let us do some more examples of resonance. Detailed discussion of resonance we'll do in GOC in organic chemistry. ठीक है, तो अभी ब्रीफ में कुछ और एग्जांपल्स करते हैं. विल मोस्टली डिस्कस अबाउट सम इनऑर्गेनिक ions or molecules which show resonance. One is carbonate anion, CO3 2-. As per this resonating structure, it has one double bond and two single bond, and we can have three different resonating structures where the positions of the double bonds change. So carbonate anion has three resonating structures where the position of the double bond and the negative charges change. These are the three resonating structures of carbonate anion. Actually, it has been found that all the three carbon-oxygen bond lengths in carbonate anion are identical. The actual structure is a hybrid of these three structures in which the pi bonds are delocalized. There is a total of -2 charge on the entire atom, and that is equally distributed on three oxygen atoms. So we can say that we have effectively a -2/3 charge on each oxygen atom. So this is the resonance hybrid. The first, second, and third structures are resonating structures of carbonate anion, and the fourth structure is the resonance hybrid of the carbonate anion. ठीक है, आ रहा है समझ में? याद करो, हमने बॉन्ड ऑर्डर का फॉर्मूला लिखा था. बॉन्ड ऑर्डर फॉर कार्बन ऑक्सीजन बॉन्ड, number of bonds upon number of resonating structures. There are three different oxygen atoms. Suppose we mark them as oxygen 1, oxygen 2, and oxygen 3. Suppose we mark them as oxygen 1, oxygen 2, and oxygen 3. The bond order of carbon oxygen bond for O1, suppose O1 के लिए calculate कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, so how will we calculate? We'll count the total number of bonds in all the resonating structures. In the first structure, we have two bonds. In the second structure, we have one bond. In the third structure, we have one more bond. The total number of bonds will count 2 + 1 + 1, that is 4. The total number of bonds between the carbon and oxygen 1. In the first structure, it is 2. In the second structure, it is 1. In the third structure, it is 1. Total number of bonds is 4 divided by 3. The bond order is 4/3. किसी भी bond के लिए calculate करो, same आएगा. For all the carbon oxygen bonds, the bond order will be same here. So we can say that all carbon oxygen bonds are identical. For carbon oxygen 2, the bond order will be, for the second oxygen, the number of bonds single bond, then next structure double bond, then next structure single bond. So we'll write it as 1 + 2 + 1 divided by 3, 4/3. And similarly, bond order for carbon oxygen bond where oxygen 3 is also, if we write, let us look at the oxygen 3. Oxygen 3, यहाँ पे single bond, another single bond, and another double bond, single, single, double. So 1 plus 1 plus 2 by 3, that is 4 by 3. So all the carbon-carbon bond orders are identical and are equal to 4 by 3. Therefore, all carbon-oxygen bond lengths will be identical in carbonate anion. And the bond lengths will be greater than that of a double bond, but shorter than that of a single bond. Okay? We'll say that the carbon-oxygen bond length is greater than that of a carbon-oxygen single bond, but shorter than that of a carbon-oxygen, greater than that of a double bond. This is the order of bond length. And all will be identical. आ रहा है समझ में? Periodic questions can also come. ठीक है, केमिकल बॉन्डिंग के TWT में पीरियोडिक के क्वेश्चंस भी आ सकते हैं. ठीक है. Now we'll discuss about another formula to calculate bond order. Another formula for bond order is, ठीक है, we can also calculate bond order as 1 plus pi by sigma. What does pi represent? What does sigma represent? मैं बताता हूँ. Pi is the number of pi bonds in resonance, number of pi bonds delocalized, and sigma represents number of sigma bonds over which pi bonds are delocalized. In resonating structures, it is only the pi bonds that change their positions. In different resonating structures, it is the pi bond that changes their position. Sigma bonds remain intact. Okay. If you look at the resonance hybrid, we have drawn dotted lines on 3 carbon oxygen single bonds. There are 3 single bonds and over which we have drawn 3 dotted lines. So this represents that all the 3 sigma bonds are involved. The pi bonds are delocalized on all the 3 sigma bonds. क्योंकि हमने dotted lines तीनों sigma bonds पे बनाए. We have drawn dotted lines on all the 3 sigma bonds. So we'll say that pi bonds are delocalized on all the 3 sigma bonds. And how many pi bonds are present? Actually, there is only one pi bond that is delocalized on 3 sigma bonds. So we can say that there are 2 pi electrons of the pi bond that are uniformly distributed between the 3 sigma bonds. So effectively, the bond order will be, ठीक है, CO32 minus में ये वाला formula apply करते हैं. If you apply this formula in CO32 minus, इसका bond order आ जाएगा 1 plus pi by sigma से 1 plus, there is only one pi bond delocalized over 3 sigma bond. So bond order is 4 by 3. This formula will also give us the correct results. आ रहा है समझ में? वेरी गुड। देखो सोहम, ध्यान से देखना। We are talking about how many pi bonds are delocalized. That means how many pi bonds are taking part in resonance. ठीक है? And then over how many sigma bonds these pi bonds are delocalized. तो delocalized pi bonds को हमेशा हम dotted line से represent करते हैं. We always represent delocalized pi bonds by dotted lines. And we have to identify the number of sigma bonds over which the pi bonds are delocalized. So effectively, all the three sigma bonds, ठीक है, have dotted lines over them. All the three sigma bonds have dotted lines over them. That means okay, pi bonds are delocalized on all the three sigma bonds. So therefore, okay, the value of sigma will take it as 3 and value of pi will take it as 1. There is only one pi bond that is delocalized over three sigma bonds. There is only one pi bond that is delocalized over three sigma bonds. So effectively bond order comes 1 plus 1 by 3, that is 4 by 3. Understood? So हम समझा क्या? Very good. टर्न करूं? Next देखो. Let us do some more examples. HCOO minus. Okay. If you look at this structure, this molecule will have two resonating structures. If we draw its resonance hybrid, there is one pi bond that is delocalized over two sigma bonds. That changes its position over two different sigma bonds. It is delocalized over two sigma bonds. The resonance hybrid will be having minus half charge on both the oxygen atoms because total minus one charge is present and that is shared between two oxygen atoms. So effectively, we have minus half charge on each oxygen atom. This is the resonance hybrid of HCO minus. This is the formate anion. Formate anion, formic acid का anion. ठीक है. Previously जो किया था हमने, that was carbonate anion. Carbonate ion. This is formate ion. अभी यहाँ पे bond order निकालेंगे. Bond order of carbon oxygen bond. Let us apply the formula 1 plus pi by sigma. There is one pi bond delocalized over two sigma bond. So 1 plus 1 by 2, 3 by 2. आ रहा है समझ में? Similarly, we have HCO3 minus. This is HCO minus. Similarly, we have HCO3 minus bicarbonate ion. Bicarbonate ion, instead of one H, we have one OH. We can write it as OHCOO minus. This will also have two resonating structures. You can draw the resonance hybrid as having delocalized pi bonds and minus half charge on both the oxygen atoms. The bond order of carbon oxygen bond will be equal to 1 plus 1 pi bond delocalized over 2 sigma bond. ध्यान से देखना, there is one pi bond which is delocalized over only 2 sigma bonds here, क्योंकि दो ही sigma bonds पे हमने dotted lines बनाया hybrid में. Effective bond order will be 1 + 1/2, that is 3/2. ठीक है, इसका एक एप्लीकेशन देखो. Compare carbon oxygen bond lengths in CO, CO2, CO32 minus, HCOO minus, CH3OH. Compare carbon oxygen bond lengths in these molecules. ये 5 मॉलिक्यूल्स यहाँ पे दिए हुए हैं और इन 5 मॉलिक्यूल्स में कार्बन ऑक्सीजन बॉन्ड लेंथ कंपेयर करना है. ठीक है, हाउ टू डू इट? कंपेयर कार्बन ऑक्सीजन बॉन्ड लेंथ इन कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, कार्बोनेट एनायन, HCO minus and CH3OH. ठीक है, let us draw their structures. Carbon monoxide has a coordinate bond from carbon to oxygen. ऐसा स्ट्रक्चर है कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड का. अगर इसमें बॉन्ड ऑर्डर निकालेंगे, ये लोन पेयर है, ऑक्सीजन पे एक लोन पेयर और कार्बन पे एक लोन पेयर. If you find out its bond order, there are 3 bonds between carbon and oxygen. Bond order is 3. Let us look at carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, carbon is bonded to oxygen atoms by double bond. ठीक है. If you look at the carbon oxygen bond order, how many bonds are between carbon and oxygen atoms? There are 2 bonds. So bond order is 2. So for carbon monoxide, bond order is 3. For carbon dioxide, bond order is 2. Let us calculate the bond orders for other molecules also. ये नोट कर लो जल्दी से, फिर नेक्स्ट पेज में बताता हूं मैं. नेक्स्ट देखो, next 2 ions, we have already calculated their bond orders. हमने CO3 माइनस का भी बॉन्ड ऑर्डर निकाला है प्रीवियसली, HCO माइनस का भी निकाला है. ठीक है, let me simply draw their structures and write their bond orders. CO3 minus is carbon and 3 oxygen atoms with delocalized pi electrons, -2/3 charge on each oxygen atom. This is CO3 minus. याद करो, इसमें हमने बॉन्ड ऑर्डर कितना निकाला था? 4/3. What about the next, HCO minus? HCO minus is the formate ion. ठीक है, इसके लिए भी हमने हाइब्रिड स्ट्रक्चर ड्रॉ किया था. Both oxygen atoms have -half charge. The bond order of carbon oxygen bond is 3/2. और लास्ट इज CH3OH. CH3OH में ध्यान से देखेंगे, there is a carbon oxygen single bond, there is no resonance. This is the structure of CH3OH. The bond order of carbon oxygen bond is equal to 1. Now we know that bond length is inversely proportional to bond order. ठीक है, as bond order increases, bond length decreases and vice versa. So therefore the order of carbon carbon bond length, order of carbon oxygen bond length in these molecules will be, सबसे ज्यादा किसका आएगा, सिंगल बॉन्ड का, जिसका बॉन्ड ऑर्डर मिनिमम है उसका बॉन्ड लेंथ सबसे ज्यादा, CH3O. Then we'll have CO3 2 minus, then we'll have HCO minus. As the bond order increases, bond length will decrease. Then we have CO2 and then we have CO. सबसे पहले CH3OH, then we have CO3 2 minus, then we have HCO minus, then we have CO2 and then we have CO. Clear है ये? Is this question clear to everyone? CO के लिए देखो आदित्य, CO, how many bonds are there between carbon and oxygen atoms? There are 3 bonds. The bond order is 3. Bond order is effectively number of bonds between atoms. ठीक है, wherever we have resonance, we have 2 or more different resonating structures, there we calculate average bond order. Otherwise where we have a single structure, हम उसी single structure से निकालेंगे. ठीक है, no problems. ठीक है, एक यूनिक एग्जांपल देखते हैं, रेजोनेंस इन N3 minus, this is azide ion. याद करो हमने N3 माइनस के लिए ऑलरेडी डिफरेंट स्ट्रक्चर्स ड्रॉ किए हैं. एक ऐसा स्ट्रक्चर ड्रॉ किया है हमने, it can exist in 2 more resonating structures. And one more structure will have triple bond on the left hand side. These are the three resonating structures of N3 minus. Normally the structure which has less charges on atoms is more stable. तो यहाँ पे ये तीनों structures equivalent नहीं है, थोड़ा सा difference है तीनों structures में. One structure contains two double bond, the other structure contains a single bond and a triple bond. So we say that the stability is more for structures in which we have less charges on atoms. So order of stability will be 1 greater than 2 equal to 3. Okay. Structures with less charges are more stable. We can say that structure with less charges are more stable. You can write this point over here. Less charges are more stable. ठीक है. वन प्लस पाई बाई सिग्मा वीरो केवल हम molecules showing resonance के लिए करते हैं. Only molecules which show resonance, for only those molecules we use 1 plus pi by sigma, and that too when all the resonating structures are equivalent. ठीक है. हमने जो previous formula भी किया है, number of bonds upon number of resonating structures, that too is also used when all structures are equivalent. That means ठीक है, all the resonating structures are equal in their stabilities. ठीक है. तो डिटेल डिस्कशन जहां पे हम स्टेबिलिटीज का कंपैरिजन, देयर इज नॉट ओनली वन पॉइंट बेस्ड ऑन विच वी कंपेयर द स्टेबिलिटी. ठीक है. तो ये डिटेल डिस्कशन हम लेटर बाद में करेंगे. ठीक है. तो एक्चुअली लेट मी शो द रेजोनेंस बाय ऑर्बिटल डायग्राम इन द अजाइड एंड. ठीक है. टर्न करूं पेज. नेक्स्ट देखो. If you look at the orbital overlap diagram in N3 minus, to understand that better, okay, I'll explain the hybridizations and hybridization of each nitrogen atoms. यहाँ पे देखना ध्यान से, each nitrogen atom is sp hybridized. Each nitrogen atom is sp hybridized. Explaining with respect to the most stable structure. explaining with respect to the most stable structure, the structure, the one containing two double bonds. ये कलर कोडिंग मैंने एक स्पेसिफिक पर्पस से करी है. दिस कलर कोडिंग आई हैव डन विद अ स्पेसिफिक पर्पस. ऐसे चार्जेस क्या आते हैं, इस पे -1, टर्मिनल नाइट्रोजन एटम से -1 और सेंट्रल नाइट्रोजन एटम पे +1. दिस इज द N3- स्ट्रक्चर. तो nitrogen atom at the left, the lone pair on the nitrogen atom at the left is in resonance with the pi bond at the right. Lone pair and pi bond can take part in resonance. याद करो, एक पॉइंट लिखा था मैंने, whenever we have a lone pair on an atom next to a pi bond, ये pi bond है पिंक वाला, and next to the pi bond the lone pair, they are in resonance. Similarly, the pi bond on the left and the lone pair on the right, they are in resonance. Okay, let me explain by orbital diagram. It will be better. You will understand it better. The central atom is sp hybridized. The surrounding atoms are also sp hybridized. On the central atom we have two pi bonds. एक pi bond left की तरफ, एक pi bond right की तरफ है. The two pi bonds on the same atom must be perpendicular to each other. Two pi bonds on the same atom must be perpendicular to each other. एक pi bond अगर px से बन रहा है, दूसरा pi bond py से बनेगा. These are the two pi bonds perpendicular to each other. Now we have a lone pair on carbon atom, on the nitrogen atom on the left, another lone pair. एक lone pair तो hybrid orbital में है. There's one more lone pair on nitrogen atom at the left. ये lone pair हो गया. And this lone pair will take part in resonance with the pi bond on the right. It will be delocalized. Similarly, we have a lone pair on nitrogen atom on the right, which lone pair takes part in resonance with pi bond on the left. आ रहा है समझ में? We can consider it to be different axes. Suppose करो z axis is the internuclear axis. This is px, px and px. तो पिंक वाला सारा py, py और py. All the three nitrogen atoms are sp hybridized. अंश देखो, on the central nitrogen atom we have two pi bonds, one pi bond to the left and one pi bond to the right. If pi bond to the right is formed by py orbitals, pi bond to the left will be formed by px orbitals. बस हमने इतना किया है कि अगर लेफ्ट वाला पाई बॉन्ड अगर px ऑर्बिटल से बन रहा है, मैं एक काम करता हूँ थोड़ा सा और एक सेकंड रुकना. The pi bond to the left, if it is formed by px, the pi bond to the right is formed by py. ठीक है. The lone pair on the left is present in a py orbital. The lone pair on the right is present on a px orbital. And electrons in parallel p orbitals may be delocalized. Electrons in parallel p orbitals may be delocalized. आ रहा है क्या समझ में? इसको मैं प्रॉपर कलर कोड के साथ अगर लिख लूंगा, एक सेकेंड. This is py, this is py, this is px, this is also px. So lone pair in px orbital will be parallel to the pi bond formed by px orbitals, will take part in resonance with the pi bond formed by px orbitals. Lone pair in py orbital will take part in resonance with the pi bond in py orbitals. ठीक है, क्लियर है ये? एक 3D डायग्राम है, थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड लग सकता है, but one of the orbitals I am drawing in the plane and the other orbital I am drawing perpendicular to it. तो यहाँ पे px orbitals मैंने plane के perpendicular represent किए हैं. Similar resonance is shown by even CO2 molecule. An important point to note that CO2 is isoelectronic and isostructural with N3 minus. CO2 में देखो काउंट करो, कार्बन का एटॉमिक नंबर 6, ऑक्सीजन का एटॉमिक नंबर 8. 6 plus 2 into 8, 6 plus 16, 22. It has 22 electrons. N3 minus. Nitrogen का atomic number 7, 3 into 7, 21. Minus charge, 1 extra electron. N3 minus also has 22 electrons. Both are isoelectronic. Both have 3 atoms. Both are isostructural also. ठीक है, क्लियर है ये? तो CO2 के लिए भी सिमिलर रेजोनेंस आएगा. C डबल बॉन्ड O, डबल बॉन्ड O. अगर सिमिलर कलर कोड यूज करेंगे तो there's a pi bond at the left that is in resonance with the lone pair on the right. Pi bond on the right is in resonance with the lone pair on the left. There's one more lone pair on each of the oxygen atoms. So this is isoelectronic and isostructural. Exact similar distribution hai electrons ka. Only that atoms are different. Let us draw its resonating structures. Resonating structures में right की तरफ triple bond, left की तरफ double bond, left की तरफ single bond. -2. Sorry, this will become -1 and +1. This is one resonating structure, and another resonating structure will be oxygen triple bond carbon and single bond oxygen. These are the two resonating structures of CO2. ठीक है, क्लियर है ये? What was special in azide ion? स्पेशल बस इतना है कि दो अलग अलग प्लेन्स में रेजोनेंस हो रहा है. azide CO2 resonance is occurring in two different planes. एक y एक्सिस के लॉन्ग रेजोनेंस हो रहा है और एक x एक्सिस के लॉन्ग रेजोनेंस हो रहा है. दे आर टू डिफरेंट कॉन्जुगेटेड सिस्टम्स. ठीक है. सेम इन CO2 ऑल्सो. क्लियर है ये? हाँ, yes, yes. Oxygen atom will have -1 charge. नेक्स्ट देखो. Next we'll study about back bond. Back bond is a coordinate pi bond. It is formed only when two atoms are already bonded to each other. They are already bonded by a sigma bond, and one of them has a fully filled orbital and one of them has a vacant orbital. When two atoms bonded by a sigma bond are such that one of them has a fully filled orbital, one or more fully filled orbitals, bracket में लिख लो lone pair, and the other has a vacant orbital. Okay, when two atoms are such that one of them has a fully filled orbital and the other has a vacant orbital, then a back bond is formed. It distributes the electron density in a molecule and makes it more stable. It distributes the electron density in a molecule and makes it more stable. An example, let us look at an example. Examples of back bond. Let us first look at the BF3 molecule. BF3 molecule, boron is bonded to fluorine. Boron is sp2 hybridized. If you look at the electronic configuration, boron is 2s2 2p1 in the ground state. In the excited state, boron will be 2s1 2p2 in the excited state. If we draw the subshells, draw the orbitals within a subshell, 2s1 and 2p2. It has 3 half-filled orbitals. These 3 half-filled orbitals hybridize to give sp2 hybridization. Okay? And we have a vacant p orbital. We have a vacant p orbital. The boron has a vacant p orbital. Each of the 3 fluorine atoms have lone pairs, not on one, but each fluorine atom has 3 lone pairs. The boron has a vacant orbital. Boron has an incomplete octet. Boron is electron deficient. Fluorine is electron rich here. Fluorine के पास outermost shell में 3 lone pairs है. Fluorine is a small atom. Fluorine is an electron rich atom. So from an electron rich atom to an electron deficient atom, there will be a back bond from fluorine to boron. Okay, so there will be a coordinate bond from fluorine to boron, and this coordinate bond will be a pi bond because already we have a sigma bond between boron and fluorine. The other overlap will be a lateral overlap. Lateral overlap from lone pair of fluorine to vacant orbital of boron. आ रहा है समझ में? तो ध्यान से देखना, ये बोरोन एटम, and 3 fluorine atoms. Boron has a vacant orbital and fluorine के पास will have fully filled orbital in a p orbital. So from fluorine to boron there will be electron delocalization. इसको एक different color से represent कर लेते हैं for better understanding. Lone pair on fluorine, vacant orbital on boron. There will be electron delocalization from lone pair of fluorine to vacant orbital of boron. Actually, all the 3 fluorine atoms will take part. एक second, रुको. थोड़ा नीचे ड्रॉ कर लेता हूँ मैं ये डायग्राम. बोरोन का वेकेंट ऑर्बिटल और फ्लोरीन का लोन पेयर. तो देयर विल बी इलेक्ट्रॉन डीलोकलाइजेशन टुवर्ड्स द बोरोन एटम फ्रॉम ईच ऑफ द 3 फ्लोरीन. यहाँ पे भी एक तरह से डीलोकलाइज्ड पाई बॉन्ड है. ठीक है, एक तरह से रेजोनेंस भी हो रहा है यहाँ पे. विल रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय 3 रेजोनेटिंग स्ट्रक्चर्स. फ्लोरीन टू बोरोन, there's a coordinate bond. Fluorine to boron, there is a coordinate bond, and we can have the pi bonds at different locations. वैसे 3 resonating structures possible हैं. The resonance hybrid will be like this. So we say that there is a delocalized back bond in BF3 molecule. There is a delocalized p pi back bond. P pi मतलब between 2 p orbitals, p orbital of boron and p orbital of fluorine. The delocalized p pi back bond from fluorine to boron in BF3. ठीक है. What happens as a result? The electron density on boron increases. Its Lewis acid strength decreases. What is a Lewis acid? Lewis acid is an electron pair acceptor. It can accept electron pair from a Lewis base. And Lewis acids are generally electron deficient. We say that BF3 is a Lewis acid because boron is the electron deficient atom. Boron has incomplete octet. ठीक है. तो less is the electron density on boron, more will be its tendency to accept electrons. ठीक है. Stronger will be its Lewis acid character. तो अगर बोरोन पे इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी कम होगी तो BF3 will be a stronger Lewis acid. बोरोन पे इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी बढ़ जाएगी तो it will be a weaker Lewis acid. So as a result of back bond, electrons from fluorine, electron density from fluorine is shifting towards the vacant orbital of boron atom. As a result, electron density on the boron atom increases. Electron density on the boron atom increases, its Lewis acid strength decreases. Clear है ये? समझा ये पॉइंट? ये सेकंड पॉइंट जो लिखा है मैंने. There is a delocalized pi bond, delocalized back bond. Why delocalized? Because some electrons, some electron density is contributed by each of the 3 fluorine atoms. ठीक है. तो ये तीनों फ्लोरीन एटम से बोरोन की तरफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स शिफ्ट हो रहे हैं. ठीक है, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स का शेयरिंग हो रही है. ऑल द 3 फ्लोरीन एटम्स आर इन्वॉल्वड इन दिस शेयरिंग. तो पाई बॉन्ड इज अ डीलोकलाइज्ड पाई बॉन्ड. ठीक है, आ रहा है समझ में? Also, what happens due to this back bond? due to this back bond, boron fluorine bond becomes a partial double bond. ठीक है, जब भी बैक बॉन्ड नहीं था तो हमने एक सिंगल बॉन्ड रिप्रेजेंट किया था बोरोन और फ्लोरीन के बीच में. ठीक है, in absence of back bond we had represented it by only a single bond, but what happens actually, there is a double bond between, a partial double bond character between the boron fluorine bond. This is partial double bond. This partial double bond is due to the delocalized pi bond. Partial double bond, but the bond order is greater than 2. Bond order is less than, greater than 1. It is between 1 and 2. So therefore, the bond length decreases. Pure single bond होता तो longer होता, but due to partial double bond, the bond length decreases. The boron fluorine bond length decreases in BF3 molecule. ठीक है, नोट कर लो ये. मैं 1 मिनट आया. sorry. Let us compare the boron fluorine bond lengths in BF3 and BF4 minus. Comparing the boron fluorine bond lengths in BF3 and BF4 minus. ठीक है, BF3 का स्ट्रक्चर ड्रॉ करेंगे तो there is a partial double bond character in the boron fluorine bonds, partial double bond character in the boron fluorine bonds because of the back bond, and back bond occurs because boron has a vacant p orbital. But if you look at BF4 minus, BF4 minus 4 fluorine bonded to a single boron. Boron is sp3 hybridized. Boron has a complete octet. There is no vacant orbital on boron. So there is no back bond on BF4 minus. No back bond. The bonds are pure single bonds. So single bond will be longer than partial double bond. यहाँ पे हम लिखेंगे bond order will be between 1 and 2 and ठीक है, whereas for BF4 minus will write bond order is exactly equal to 1. So bond length is inversely proportional to bond order. So order of BF bond lengths will be BF4 minus greater than BF3. आया समझ में? विरोक समझा? ईशान? Good. Some more examples of back bond continue करते हैं. NSiH3 whole 3. The molecule is called trisilyl amine. SiH3 is called as a silyl group and NSiH3 whole 3 is called trisilyl amine. If you look at the structure, it appears that nitrogen is bonded to 3 silicon and nitrogen has a lone pair. So this appears to be the structure of SiH3 whole 3n. Okay, but this is not correct. इसमें एक mistake है, and this mistake, this is not correct because of back bond. This actually is not a correct structure. Expected structure, but this is not correct. What actually happens, that silicon has vacant d orbitals. Silicon being a third period atom, silicon has vacant d orbitals. In the vacant d orbitals of silicon, the lone pair of nitrogen can form a back bond. There is a back bond from nitrogen to silicon, from the lone pair of nitrogen to the vacant d orbitals on silicon. And this is also a delocalized back bond. So we say that there is a delocalized p pi d pi back bond. P pi d pi back bond from nitrogen to silicon in trisilyl amine. As a result, nitrogen becomes sp2 hybridized. We'll say that it has a delocalized p pi d pi from p orbitals to d orbitals. P pi d pi back bond from nitrogen to silicon, from fully filled orbitals of nitrogen, from lone pair of nitrogen to vacant orbitals of silicon, vacant d orbitals of silicon. आ रहा है समझ में? It's important to note that trisilyl amine has a planar geometry on nitrogen. It is trigonal planar on nitrogen. Virok, above structure is wrong because this lone pair is no longer a lone pair. That lone pair is actually taking part in pi bond formation. So that lone pair is no longer unshared. Lone pair किसको बोलते हैं? जो इलेक्ट्रॉन unshared होता है. Unshared electron pair को हम lone pair बोलते हैं. But this is no longer unshared. This is involved in a pi bond, and it's a delocalized pi bond. ठीक है? एक बार रुको, देखो इस पे जो मैं थोड़ा सा और अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन कर देता हूँ. Actually, from the nitrogen to the silicon, we can draw three resonating structures for this also. ये SiH3 है और ये नाइट्रोजन है. There is a coordinate bond from nitrogen to silicon. ठीक है, और इसके तीन रेजोनेटिंग स्ट्रक्चर्स हम ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं. एक मिनट रुको. So the lone pair is no longer a lone pair. It is shared with the vacant d orbital of silicon. We can draw three resonating structures. आ रहा है समझ में विरोक? ठीक है, ये रेजोनेटिंग स्ट्रक्चर्स मैंने पहले नहीं बनाए थे, मुझे लगा तुम्हें समझ में आ जाएगा तुम लोगों को. तो यू कैन ड्रॉ द रेजोनेटिंग स्ट्रक्चर्स आल्सो. But the actual molecule is this, the resonance hybrid, which has a planar geometry on nitrogen. Nitrogen is sp2 hybridized. ठीक है, नोट कर लो. Yes, yes, Arav. The surrounding atom can expand octet if it has vacant orbitals wherever possible. If one of the atoms, bonded atoms, has lone pair and the other atom has vacant orbitals, the back bonding can occur. एक और एग्जांपल करते हैं. Silyl isocyanate. The structure is, the formula is SiH3 NCO. There is a nitrogen atom, nitrogen bonded to carbon, carbon bonded to oxygen, and nitrogen bonded to silyl group SiH3NCO. There is a lone pair on nitrogen. That lone pair is involved in a back bond. The nitrogen becomes sp hybridized with linear geometry on nitrogen. So why? There is a p pi d pi back bond from nitrogen to silicon. We say that there is a p pi d pi back bond. From nitrogen to silicon. Lone pair of nitrogen to vacant d orbitals of silicon. Okay. It's important to note that a similar molecule, methyl isocyanate, has a bent geometry on nitrogen. Methyl isocyanate has bent geometry on nitrogen. मिथाइल आइसोसाइनेट का स्ट्रक्चर देखेंगे. नाइट्रोजन इज sp2 and bent. आ रहा है समझ में? आ रहा हो? One important point is pi bond or lateral overlap is more effective between smaller atoms. Because smaller is the atom, they will be closer to each other. The lateral overlap will be more effective. Sidewise overlap, atoms should come sufficiently close to each other so as to give a lateral overlap. So we say that pi bond or lateral overlap is more effective between smaller atoms. Hence, back bond is stronger. Back bond is a pi bond. The back bond is stronger between smaller atoms. So this is an important point related to back bond. Pi bond lateral overlap is more effective between smaller atoms, and hence we say that back bond is stronger between smaller atoms. Next देखो, we'll do a question based on this. Compare the Lewis acid strength of different boron halides. मतलब we have to compare the Lewis acid strength in BF3, BCl3, BBr3 and BI3. इन सब में Lewis acid का strength compare करना है. देखो एक्सप्लेनेशन देखो. पहले बैक बॉन्ड का क्या इफेक्ट होता है इस लुईस एसिड स्ट्रेंथ पे, ये हमने ऑलरेडी किया है. देखो BF3 में पढ़ा था हमने कि ड्यू टू दिस बैक बॉन्ड, कहाँ किया था हमने, हाँ, ड्यू टू दिस बैक बॉन्ड लुईस एसिड स्ट्रेंथ डिक्रीजेस, इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी ऑन बोरोन इंक्रीजेस, द लुईस एसिड स्ट्रेंथ डिक्रीजेस. द स्ट्रॉन्गर बैक बॉन्ड विल रिजल्ट इन weaker Lewis acid strength or lesser Lewis acid strength. ठीक है, we'll again highlight this point. तो अगर ये BX3 में boron trihalide, boron is bonded to 3 halogen atoms and there is a back bond from halogen to boron. We'll say that due to back bond from halogen to boron, the Lewis acid strength decreases. The Lewis acid strength decreases. The stronger is the back bond, weaker will be the Lewis acid. So we can say that as smaller atoms form stronger back bonds, back bond strength decreases from fluorine to chlorine to bromine to iodine. Back bond strength decreases from BF3 to BI3. So weaker back bond will result in stronger Lewis acid. Stronger back bond will result in weaker Lewis acid. So therefore, Lewis acid strength order is, the order of Lewis acid strength will be BF3 is a weaker Lewis acid than BCl3. BF3 is a weaker Lewis acid than BCl3, then BBr3, then BI3. BF3 is the weakest, BI3 is the strongest. आ रहा है समझ में? जल्दी से नोट कर लो. टर्न करूं पेज? Next, we'll study about banana bond. It is also known as three-center two-electron bond, abbreviated as 3C2E bond. It is formed by sharing of electrons, two electrons between three atoms in electron deficient molecules. It is formed by sharing of two electrons between three atoms. Therefore, it is called 3C2E bond. Normally, a covalent bond is formed by sharing of two electrons between two atoms. This is a special bond where bond is formed by sharing of two electrons between three atoms. By sharing of two electrons between two atoms. So normal covalent bond is a 2C2E bond. But here we'll talk about a 3C2E bond. Okay. An example is diborane. Diborane is B2H6, sometimes also represented as BH3 whole twice. If you look at the BH3 molecule, BH3 molecule will have incomplete octet. Boron has incomplete octet. There cannot be any back bond here. No lone pair on hydrogen. Therefore, no back bond possible. Although boron has a vacant orbital, but hydrogen does not have any lone pair, there cannot be any back bond. It rather exists as a dimer. Therefore, it is not stable in this form. It exists as a dimer. Dimer मतलब जहाँ पे दो units attach हो जाते हैं. It exists as a dimer. मोनोमर जहाँ पे एक सिंगल यूनिट है, डाइमर जहाँ पे दो यूनिट्स ठीक है एक साथ बॉन्डेड हैं. तो B2H6 is actually a dimer of BH3 where two BH3 units are bonded. कैसे bonded है मैं explain करता हूँ next page में. नेक्स्ट देखो, जल्दी नोट करो. Out of the three boron hydrogen bonds, okay, there is no effect on two boron hydrogen bonds which are at the sides, left or right में जो present है. But the boron hydrogen bond that is present between the two boron atoms, तो ये दो electrons हैं, these two electrons get shared with the vacant orbital of boron. Similarly, these two electrons also get shared with the vacant orbital of another boron. Effectively, the two boron atoms are interlinked by a banana bond or a three-centered two-electron bond. Effectively, we'll say that the two boron atoms are interlinked by a hydrogen atom forming a three-centered two-electron bond where effectively we have two electrons shared between three atoms. We represent banana bond by dotted lines. Okay. Because effectively two electrons get shared between three atoms. So this is the actual structure of the B2H6 molecule, where we represent the banana bond by dotted lines. So we have 2 electrons shared between 3 atoms, 2 electrons shared between 3 atoms. It has 4 normal covalent bonds. Normal covalent bonds, the 2C2E bonds, and 2 3C2E bonds, 2 banana bonds. So boron is effectively bonded to 4 hydrogen atoms. We say that each boron is sp3 hybridized. Each boron is sp3 hybridized. The exact 3D में इसका structure अगर देखेंगे, so we can think of the terminal hydrogen atoms to be in the same plane. ये terminal hydrogen atoms लिख लो, HT. एक सेकंड रुकना, एक सेकंड रुकना. We'll write this as HT, the terminal hydrogen atoms. These are all in the same plane. And in addition to this, we have one hydrogen atom above this plane and one hydrogen atom below this plane. Okay, if you look at the orbital diagram, in the orbital diagram, we have boron atom sp3 hybridized. यहाँ पे एक हाइड्रोजन ऐसे बॉन्डेड है. Here also we have boron atoms which are sp hybridized. यहाँ पे बोरोन के ऑर्बिटल्स और हाइड्रोजन का s ऑर्बिटल ऐसे ओवरलैप करता है. Here we have 2 electrons, 2 center 2 electron bond. The terminal bonds are 2 center 2 electron bonds. और ये 3 center 2 electron bonds. ये सर्किल से मैंने हाइड्रोजन का s ऑर्बिटल रिप्रेजेंट किया है और बोरोन के sp3 हाइब्रिड ऑर्बिटल्स रिप्रेजेंट किए हैं. आ रहा है समझ में? Both boron atoms are sp3 hybridized, and this represent, the circles represent s orbitals of hydrogen. Some important concepts here are the bond lengths are such that if this is L1 and this is L2, the bond distance between boron and hydrogen atoms in the 3 center 2 electron bonds is greater. We will say that L2 is greater than L1. Electron density is 3C2E bond में कम है. 3C2E bond has a lower electron density. Lower electron density, ठीक है? It means results in a longer bond. Bond order effectively 3C2E bond का half है. We can say that for each 3C, for a 3C2E bond, effective bond order for each boron hydrogen bond is half. एक और इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट हम यहाँ पे लिखते हैं, द बॉन्ड एंगल्स इफ वी कंपेयर if this is theta and this is phi, we say that theta is greater than phi. Why theta is greater than phi? ठीक है, 2C2E बॉन्ड्स पे इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी ज्यादा है तो उनमें रिपल्शन ज्यादा होगा, 3C2E बॉन्ड्स में इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी कम है तो उनमें रिपल्शन कम होंगे. We say that each boron hydrogen bond in a 3C2E bond is longer and weaker than the 2C2E bond, but the overall bond energy of one 3C2E bond, it actually includes two boron hydrogen bonds. देखो 1 3C2E bond कौन सा हुआ, ठीक है. When we talk about 1 3C2E bond, this entire is 1 3C2E bond. ये पूरा पूरा 1 3 center 2 electron bond है, and this 1 3 center 2 electron bond has two boron hydrogen bonds. So per boron hydrogen bond the bond is weak, but the overall bond energy of the 3C2E bond, 1 3C2E bond, is greater than that of 1 2C2E bond. तो इसमें थोड़ा कंट्रोवर्सी लोग क्रिएट करते हैं कि विच इज अ स्ट्रॉन्गर बॉन्ड, बनाना बॉन्ड इज स्ट्रॉन्गर और नॉर्मल कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड इज स्ट्रॉन्गर. तो a 3C2E bond, overall 3C2E bond is definitely stronger than a 2C2E bond, बट एक 3C2E बॉन्ड में एक्चुअली दो बॉन्ड्स हैं, तो पर बॉन्ड अगर कंपेयर करेंगे तो बनाना बॉन्ड विल बी लॉन्गर एंड वीकर. ठीक है, क्लियर है ये? आज के लिए हम इतना ही करते हैं. Arav will discuss this sometime later. ठीक है? I do have. चलो, thank you everyone. Revise the notes thoroughly. ठीक है, बुकलेट में बहुत ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस नहीं है बैक बॉन्ड और हाइड्रोलिसिस से, दे आर रैंडमली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड थ्रू आउट द बुकलेट. ठीक है, यू मे अटेम्प्ट क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम गेट इक्विप्ड. गेट इक्विप्ड में वीबीटी और बॉन्ड एंगल्स कंपैरिजन, बॉन्ड लेंथ कंपैरिजन, वो सारे क्वेश्चंस कर सकते हो, अटेम्प्ट कर सकते हो. ठीक है, चलो, थैंक यू एवरीवन. हैव अ गुड डे.